Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Nick, and it's time for another 13 Nights of Halloween special. Yes, I'm having so much fun going through all of the films that get me so in the mood for Halloween. I'm posting one video a night leading up to All Hallows Eve, and I'm interested to know, what are you guys watching to get in the Halloween spirit? Let me know in the comments below so I can copy you. What's in store for night number 5, you ask? Well, it just so happens to be my favorite monster movie ever, and that is the 1988 version of The Blob. The original from 1958 is old school fun. I think the 1988 version is not just one of the better remakes in existence, but still one of the best horror films from the 1980s due to its practical effects that still hold up. The Blob is fast-paced, action-packed, and gory as hell. This is how you do action horror, people. This is how you do it. The film is set in a small town that just so happens to be the crash site for an alien meteorite containing some kind of pink jello-like goo that ends up attaching itself to a local, and the more it consumes, the bigger it gets, until it is the Blob. It's just this big moving mass that swallows everything in its path, which is a huge problem for the town's teens who try to fight this ever-growing monster. But I don't want to give anything away because this is one of those movies that just so happened to be on TV when I was a kid, thankfully on HBO or one of those, because I saw it completely uncut, and I just remember being sucked in from the very beginning, not really knowing where this was going to go. I felt like there were plenty of, not necessarily twists and turns, of course, but developments that made me go, oh, that's happening? Oh, I'm loving this. And I still do on every rewatch. Small town, fun characters, giant blob. Again, thanks to the practical effects, it isn't as silly as it probably sounds. While some of the more digital effects do not hold up as well, I'm pretty forgiving because the gore in this film is off the chart. If you are looking for something gory and disgusting, but properly entertaining still, like not so gross that it puts you off, The Blob plays in that gray area just perfectly. There are some sick set pieces. However, it's all along in this really fun ride of a film that you never want to get off. So I have to admit, this one is not set directly around Halloween. It is clearly in autumn because they're playing football in the beginning of the film, but I still think that this checks off the boxes for what I'm looking for me personally, and why I think it will still be a good recommendation for you, even if you've already seen it. Like, you know, The Blob is an easy one to throw on, because it has that small town charm that makes a lot of horror films pop. You get this nice central location, this one town, you get characters over here, and then we see how they all interact dealing with this horrific challenge they face. I remember specifically watching this as a kid, seeing certain characters and going, okay, this is how it's gonna go, and then boom. People are dying left and right. And I think you would still fall into the same trappings of thinking who is going to be the easy survivor in this film. But what makes it just so much fun is that I can't help but love some monster movie mayhem. And this totally has this fun retro vibe where it's like the 80s trying to emulate the 50s. And I just have such a fun time with that for some reason. But I find it so interesting because it's updated properly to the point where it's still very gory and effective even by today's standards. If you haven't seen The Blob, you just plain need to go see The Blob. I just really don't even need to say anything about this at this point. That's all for night number 5, so you're gonna have to tune in tomorrow to see what I have on deck for night number 6. Thank you so much for watching these videos. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe to my channel, share this with your friends, and you know what? Have a happy Halloween.